Alright guys, we're back in the Honda Civic Si and we're going to start working on the interior. Alright guys, so this car was super dirty when I got it. The guy just didn't clean it at all before he sold it, so it definitely needed a vacuum. We vacuumed all the carpets, all the seats. We cleaned the center console and the dash. So I'll go ahead and show you that right now. Here's a quick comparison between the way it was and the way it looks now. So one of the first things that I always like to do when I get a new car is evaluate whether I need a new stereo system or not. In this case, the CD player doesn't seem to work, and there's really not much other features. It does have like an XM auxiliary input, but I don't feel like dealing with that. So I do have an old stereo unit that I took out of one of my cars. It does have Bluetooth, it does have touchscreen, supports digital media. So there's a lot of feature for that. The one thing I did have to get was a dash kit. The 8th gen Civic does use an integrated dash setup. So this one dash panel does have your stereo, as well as your climate control, hazards, one of the vents. So all that stuff's gonna get transferred over. I'll install the new radio, do all the wiring, and we'll go from there. So let's go ahead and get started on that. Alright guys, so we're back here in the garage, and behind me is everything that we're going to need in order to install this stereo into the Civic. So I'll go over real quick everything So the first thing we have obviously is the old unit. So this includes your stereo, climate control, your hazard signals, and then a vent. So most of this stuff will get moved over. The radio, of course, will get replaced, but all of this stuff will get moved onto a new panel. So I bought this kit on eBay. It's called the American International kit. It came with the whole dash setup, as well as the factory wire harness and harness for the power antenna. So this all came together. I got it for about 35, 40 bucks. It might be cheap, it might not be. I haven't used this brand before, but we'll see how it goes. So this is a stereo that I've used before in the Element. One of the things that I do, since I have a lot of cars and I tend to change the stereos out, is I'll use like a universal connector, and then what I'll do is I'll clamp the other version on to the factory harness on that side, and then that way if I want to swap this out for maybe the stereo I have in the Element or one of the stereos that's in the S2000 or the Miata, whatever it is, if I want to save this, move this to someone else, move it to a different car, whatever it is, it just makes it a lot easier. Alright, so I'm gonna get started here by breaking down the stock setup. So one of the first things I always want to do is take these caps off. So if you are removing the stereo, you're going to want to remove both. So all the volume and tuning caps, these are going to come off. They're just knobs and they just clip right on. So you should be able to just pop them off. Some people say they're able to pull them off. I've never been able to pull them off. So I try to use something to pry it. I generally use these plastic ones just so I can pop them out like that. All right, so once we got our caps off on the front, I go ahead around back and I'm gonna basically take out all the screws that hold everything in that we're gonna swap over to the new one. That includes your climate control, hazards, airbag, and vent. So let's go ahead and Alright guys, so the last thing we're going to want to do is take these white little clips here. I'm not sure how well you can see that, but these white tabs, these are basically responsible for holding the plastic into the dash. So we'll go ahead and remove them from the original one and we'll install them on the All right, guys, now that we're done taking everything off that we need, including all the clips, the controls, the buttons, the vent, everything that we need except for the stereo, I'm gonna go ahead and move this over and we'll start on the new one. So here we have the new one. We can start putting everything back on. I'm gonna start with all the white clips and everything that holds the plastic in, and then we'll start putting in all the units that we removed. So the first step here is going to be to insert this trim into the frame. Now, I'll notice that there's these two notches here, and those are going to line up with the top. So just make sure these lined up on the top. All right, so once you got your trim piece centered, you can go ahead and screw the two side panels on over here. All right, guys, just to go over what we did, if you look on the side here, you can see I used three bolts to hold this side panel on, and then there's two screws that hold the side panel onto the bezel, and then you got your trim piece around the front, and then the same thing on the other side. So I did decide to remove the vent just for easier access. I would say if you're gonna be sliding it around a lot and you don't want the front fascia to get messed up, maybe some masking tape or maybe using a better surface than what I'm using. I don't really care that much, so a little scuffs here and there is not a big deal. But if it is to you, definitely do that. But all I gotta do now is put the vent on and then we can get to the wiring. All right, guys, I've been working on recording me doing some of this wiring, but I think a lot of it's been happening off the camera, or it's just been hard to get a good angle so you can really see it, or the camera's just been out of focus. So for now, I think if I can try to show you how to do one good one, and then I can just show you what the end product looks like and where we're going with that. So here is your male connector. This end here, that's gonna crimp over your shielding, whatever kind of outer coating you have on your wire. And then this intersection will crimp onto the exposed copper and you'll have this fin that comes out. So that's basically your male pin. So I use these crimpers. They work pretty well. I think I got them on Amazon or something like that. So they're not like super specific, but if you look real close, there's different sizes. I always use this second one. So I go ahead and I basically preload it so that it's sitting in there and it's ready to go. And then basically I'll just go ahead and fold my wire in. So these wires are nice because they're pre-stripped. They're just a little bit long, so I always trim them down maybe about halfway from what they are. So something like this. And then I'm basically just gonna go ahead and load it up in here. And when you look on the other side, you're gonna wanna make sure you see the exposed copper coming through, and that's where you're gonna wanna crimp onto. So go ahead and crimp, and then pull it out. And then so what you'll get is you'll end right here. So you can see where the outside crimp goes over the coating, and then the inside crimp is on your exposed wire. And that's probably about as best as I'm gonna show it to you. It's not super difficult. There's probably better videos for wiring. I like using these because it's simple. I could just cut it all, remove the connector, solder it all together, or there's a bunch of other ways you could do it, but this is the way that I chose to do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock this out and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. All right, guys, so I think we're all done with the harness here. Just to give you a quick peek, this is your antenna harness. This is your main stereo harness. These are gonna go to the factory side, the chassis. And then here's your antenna for the stereo. You're gonna come to your 2 universals. You can see the blue wire here, that's for the antenna, and then it's gonna all terminate here at the stereo. So I do have some extra wires. These are for some other just functions and stuff that I don't have on this car. So I'm probably just gonna cap those off and tie them away. But we're basically done. We'll go ahead and set this up and we'll get this back in the car. All right, so I got my harness here and we can go ahead and see what we have. You can see that you have, this is your main harness here. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that and plug that in. All right, so that's good. And then this is our antenna harness. So let's see which way that goes there. All right, so that's gonna go there in the bottom. And then these two will plug into the back of the stereo. And then these will be our other harnesses that'll go back for everything else. So let's go ahead and get this back in. All right, guys, well, I got the stereo in. I haven't tested it out yet. All right, guys, so we're back here in the car. Initially, it did not work, but after testing a bunch of things and doing some internet research, apparently this car does have an amplifier. I was under the impression that unless it had the premium auto, which I guess maybe it does have the premium audio, I don't know. But it does have an amplifier, so I basically had to jump the amplifier power wire, which is this light blue wire here on this other connector. I jumped it to power for the radio, so every time the radio turns on, it will turn the amplifier on. And yeah, it works now. So just wanted to add that. I did use solder and heat shrink on both ends just to make sure I have a nice clean connection. The issue with that is I can't really take this out without cutting this wire anymore. I may redo this at some point. I may add some sort of connector right there. We'll see. But either way, my wiring's all good. All I have to do is plug everything in and we should be good to go. All right, guys, so we got the whole interior cleaned. We got new floor mats and I installed a new stereo. So that's definitely the first step in making the interior of this car much more inhabitable and a better place to be in. The car smells a lot better. It doesn't smell like smoke anymore. As you can see, it just looks a lot cleaner and the radio is a lot more functional. So there are still a few things that I do want to get done. Something like the shift boot and the steering wheel are definitely on the list, but those are something for another day. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video.